Hi everyone and welcome to a new Path of Exile video. I'm Koshido and today I want to share with you some of the best farming strategies there are right now. All these strategies revolves around a mix of Sentinel, Expedition and Altar farming, and you can start with low to zero investment. I'm also going to show you how you can increase your investment to get more returns. Before moving on, I want to show you quickly the result of a small farming session I did yesterday. I did 12 maps. It was Crimson Temple, Alk, Chisel, Alk, Val, and Go. I was using Rusted Harbinger and Sacrificial Fragment, so we are around 7C for each map. We got lucky, we got 2 Exalted, but I can tell by doing this strategy, on average, you are getting 1x, 1 row X every 8 to 12 maps. By removing the row X, we are still making 720C for 12 maps, and doing some math, we are making 50C profit for each map, around 3x per hour. And we can sell these pretty easily because it's all maps, raw currency, and scarabs. First of all, I didn't make a Google Doc for this strategy because there are many variations and you can personalize it based on your needs and your build. This is just some text to recap everything I'm saying in this video. If you want me to make a Google Doc telling you exactly how to run the strategy, please let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so first of all, the essence of the strategy is altar farming plus sentinels. Altar farming is something we did in the last league as well. The idea is to pick up the altar nodes, which in this league are stronger, run directly through the boss, clear the boss, and then clear the map normally. In this way, we are removing the boss mods on the altars, and we are getting more chance to get good altars rewards. And we are combining this with sentinels. You need good sentinels, which are obsidian based with plus charges and good mods like scarab, currency, expedition, or sentinel rewards. And the idea is to gather big pack of monsters while we are running through the boss, empowering them with the blue sentinel. And then after we clear the boss and we start clearing the map, we can pop the red sentinel as well. If you want, you can trigger the influence right away when you enter the map, so you have bigger packs through the map to empower with the blue sentinel. And I didn't tell you, but we are using the blue and the red sentinel only, and I'm running the control like this. This is the strategy I'm using. Later, I'm going to show you 2 variations of these strategies. Now, let's look how we can juice and use this idea. There are 4 levels of juice and they are all low investment. You can pick whatever you prefer based on the currency you have, based on the build you have. Also, I'm leaving in the description the Atlas tree for these strategies. First level of juice, 0 investment, I can go. We just pay the map and the currency to roll the map and we just go. We are using a tree with expedition and heist because expedition is always worth doing. We are using stream of consciousness to boost the chance to get expedition essentially. If you want, you can corrupt the map already. If you don't want to, if you don't have enough map, you can go normally without corrupting. If you are corrupting the maps, I would save the unidentified ones and the maps with 120 plus item quantity. We are going to use them to mid to high investments. The next level of juice is to remove streams of consciousness and start using some cheap scarabs. For example, Harbinger, Cartographer. The Harbinger scarab is 1C, is worth it if you have the nodes for the Harbinger in the Atlas tree. If you are not running Harbinger on the Atlas, you can change and use other scarabs eventually. The cartographer scarab, in my opinion, is always worth is 1C, and if you get a map, Crimson Temple, for example, is selling for 5C, so it's always worth, in my opinion. At this point, we are just spending a few cows for the map and of scarabs, so it's still very cheap. The next level of juice is to add some random sextants. Before starting to running them, I did some calculation to see if there is profit to be made by rolling sextant. At this point, we are making around 0.8 C profit for each sextant on average, while in the last league we were making way more. In my opinion, right now is more worth using the sextant for yourself instead of rolling and selling them. And this is because the difference is just that we are not sextant blocking, so we get less chance to get good sextants, but we can still get good sextants. And we can still sell the good sextant we are not using. Right now, I'm saving some for the mid to high investment strategy, but if I find something like the Sacred Grove, I'm gonna sell it. Awaken and Sextant are at 1.5c each one. We are using 4 and we have the 4 uses because of the tree, so we are just adding 1.5c to the cost of each map. This means we are spending less than 10 cows for each map. And the result I saw you earlier, I was running maps like this. The next level of juice is to add some better scarabs worth like 3 to 4, 5c each one. We can improve the scarabs we used earlier. For example, we can use polished harbinger instead of rusted. We can use polished or even gilded cartography. We can use expedition scarab to grant us the expedition. We can use the ambush because of the tree. We have rare and corrupted strong boxes. So this is a good chance to get maybe some 6 link corrupted, which is a divine, or maybe to get more loot out of the operative strong boxes. Also, if you are in a good map and you feel lucky, you can use a Divination Scarab. You never know. For example, recently I'm using Crimson Temple as a map for the strategies. It has a decent layout and also it has the new Mage Blood card. Okay, from this point onwards, in my opinion, adding more juice has diminishing returns. So you either go with a mid to high investment strategies or you stop right there. Okay, let me show you two alternative versions to run this strategy. One is to use Sentinel with item quantity and rarity instead of the good mods like Scarabs, Sentinels, Currency, and then use the Sentinels on the Expedition. So the focus of the strategies moves from the altars to Expedition. We are still getting the altars reward, but this time instead of getting the rewards from the Sentinels, we are just using them to empower the Expedition monsters. The Expedition becomes very deadly, so be careful, but the reward of Expedition becomes way higher. You can also mix match this strategy with the first one by using, for example, the blue sentinel on the packs while going through the boss, and then the red sentinel on the expedition monster. And this is what I was doing. The problem with that is the expedition becomes very dangerous, and maybe the maps becomes longer to clear. So at the end, in my opinion, is better the first strategies because in the long run you are doing more maps. The third variant is the Zizaran strategies, and it focuses more on the sentinel aspect. The idea is to pick a good open map, for example, cemetery, city square. You gather some big packs of monster, and then you use the blue sentinel first. After that, you use the red sentinel. You clear the empowered monsters. By doing that, you should be triggering the influence. And then, when you clear all the empowered monsters, you just loot and run away and do another map. In this way, you are not wasting time clearing all the map, you're not wasting time clearing the boss, you're just farming the rewards from the Sentinel. You don't need to clear the map to progress with the influence, you only need to do it on the step 14 and 28 to get the invitation. I still have to try this strategy, but I do think it's very strong. You are gonna burn a lot of maps and sentinels, so be aware you need to have a stock of maps and sentinels, and I may try this very soon because I have a lot of sentinel with currency mod. With this strategy we are not really farming altars, but we are getting progress very quickly, and that will make up the loss. Okay, now let's see how we can bring this strategy to a mid to high level investment. If you remember, we were saving unidentified corrupted maps and maps with 120 plus item quantity. Now is time to use them. The idea is to bring the altar and sentinel strategy one step further by adding beyond and the unique monsters drop corrupted item to farm divination. To do that, we have to use the beyond sextant and the corrupted sextant, the one that makes the unique monsters drop corrupted item. We also should take Beyond on the Atlas tree, and if Beyond scares you, if you manage to clear an empowered expedition, trust me, Beyond is easier. Also, there are some magic monsters with arch-nemesis that are way stronger than Beyond bosses. Eventually, before specking the tree, you can try some empowered expedition, you can try to roll Beyond on a map and try to see if you can do it. At this point, we should have a lot of maps to run, so we can use the singular focus node with the watchstone snapshot to make ourselves drop more raw currency. Combining that with the currency dropped from the altars, the sentinel, and the beyond bosses, we are making a lot of raw currency. The other two sextants can be really anything you want. I usually like to use Haunted Traitors because it's super cheap. Also, if I'm running unidentified maps, I can use the sextant for unidentified maps, which increase the pack size. And you can use any other good sextant that increase pack size or item quantity or add more monsters. Scarab, at this point we are using polished or gilded scarabs. Harbinger, always good. Divination, if the map is good, for example Crimson Temple Cemetery. Ambush is very good because we have corrupted storm boxes that can drop 6 links and have rare monsters on it. Also, they trigger a lot of beyond monsters, very good. Expedition, if you can handle the expedition in this condition, is always very good. Other scarabs really depends on your Atlas tree and the map you are running. For example, you can use Polished Abyss, Polished Legion, Polished Metamorph, Rusted Elder. If you want to move the strategy even further, you can start adding Delirium Orbs. Be careful because with Delirium, things become very, very deadly, especially because we are running altars, so we have a lot of bad modifiers on us. Before using the Delirium Orb on your maps, I suggest you to try and block the Mirror of Delirium and maybe run some maps till you get a couple of mirrors, so you can test yourself if you are able to run Delirium on those maps. The cost for running these is about 25C for the Beyond sextant, is 10C for the Corrupted Items sextant. We have 4C for the Haunted Traitors and the Unidentified Maps. So we have around 45C worth of sextant, which is 11C for each map. Let's say we are using Polished Harby, Divination, Ambush, and Abyss Scarab. We are around 15C. And then let's say we spend 8 cows between the map and the currency to roll the map. We are spending 35C for each map. If you want to juice even more, I think using Delirium Orb before doing Gilded Scarab is better. And then if you can comfortably clear the Delirious map, you can add Gilded Scarab as well. Also, if you want to try these, it's better to lower the amount of juice and clear the map quickly instead of raising the amount of juice and having trouble to clear the map or taking like 15 minutes. And this is why in this video I made several juice steps so you can find your comfort zone and farm that. And maybe when you do some upgrades you can try the next level. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the farming strategies. Let me know down in the comment if you have any tips or an improvement for those strategies. In the next few days I'm going to try the mid investment strategy. Let me know if you want a video of the results. You can also catch me farming live on twitch.tv/Koshido. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want more video like this, and remember, stay safe, Exile.